Hi guys, gals. Question of the day. Can I apply to multiple provincial programs at the same time? I think we've discussed it here and there from different angles, but here's the answer to the question. In general, no, you cannot apply to multiple provincial nominee programs at the same time. Literally, you cannot say that I would be living in Manitoba and Saskatchewan at the same time. It's either or, right? And if provinces find out that you have applied here and there, obviously they would be refusing you. It's quite difficult to tell them and make them believe that you would be residing here if indeed you were trying to reside somewhere else and already tried to connect yourself with another place. It all derives from the simple fact that once you cross the border, once you immigrate to Canada, you become a permanent resident. As a permanent resident, you could settle anywhere in Canada you want to. You could move freely around the country, and provinces, they understand it. They understand it would be quite challenging to stop you, to prevent you from moving away. If you have immigrated to Saskatchewan and in the very first day, literally, you want to move away, Saskatchewan will not be able to stop you. Therefore, they're trying to make sure that your chances of staying in the province would be as high as possible, statistically based, of course, right? So, if you try to apply somewhere else, well, it's a red flag for the province. But at the same time, if you're submitting your expression of interest, that does not mean that you're exposing yourself to multiple provinces. In other words, if you're expressing your interest to immigrate to Manitoba, it does not mean that Saskatchewan would know about it, right? Because you have not applied to Manitoba yet. You have expressed your interest. The same applies to all other provinces. So in other words, if you have created your profile, even if you went on exploratory visit to Manitoba because you were invited by one of the Manitoba communities, it does not mean that you have applied to the province. You were refused, well, that happens, but at the same time, it does not stop you later on from expressing your interest and maybe successfully immigrating to Ontario or any other province. Now, having said all that, be very careful with Quebec. Quebec has absolutely separate agreement with federal government, and if you try to apply to Quebec, okay, you were refused, you have withdrawn your application which was submitted, that would be a different story. Now, with Quebec, you better be prepared to answer dirty questions. How come that now you are looking to immigrate to any other province, or you're looking to immigrate through a federal program, because Quebec is different. And bottom line, if you have expressed your interest to apply to multiple programs at the same time, and one of the provinces said, you know what, welcome, submit your documents. Once you have submitted those documents, you got to be very certain that all of the other expressions of interest are cancelled, okay? It would be absolutely a disaster if, say, you have submitted your documents to New Brunswick and later on New Brunswick finds out that you were invited by Prince Edward Island and you started preparing your application thereon, right? It could be, as I said, a complete disaster, so be very careful and mindful about those. Now, if you want to understand what to do in your particular case, feel free to come to us. We will be able to sit and discuss those programs, opportunities, which one to use and which one not. Stay tuned with us, and of course subscribe for the channel.